one of my childhood experiences that I have is when I was a little baby, about 2 years old. Me and my fam went to the beach, and back then I hated the sand. I absolutely could not stand it. It was like lava to me. I would scream and yell until I was being held in my dad's or mom's arms. Eventually, they got tired of carrying me the whole time, so they put me in a baby carrier. But the thing was, though, the carrier was a bit tight, and I was a little bit older and bigger, and I couldn't fit in very well, but I was still happy. The reason I hated the sand is because I hated getting dirty. While I was writing the script for this, my mom told me that I was very careful about everything because I cared about nature and I didn't like to be dirty. But you get the main gist. So now back to swoosh.
Thanks a lot for that, and we're gonna cut straight to this dude named Animations, I'm pretty sure.
Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about my favorite childhood moments. The first thing that really does come to mind is, I guess, whenever I started doing YouTube. I mean, I guess ever since from a very young age, I was always inspired by YouTube. From creators like the Odd Ones Out and Jaden's Animation, for example. It's most likely that, but it also may be the time that I got a pretzel out of the trash can half eaten. Those two are pretty balanced, but I don't know who's who.
This story happened like around 3 or 4 years old. So I was on my scooter, right, and I fell. Oof. And also, I got this huge bump on my lip, and back to you.
So I have a couple pretty good childhood experiences, so let's just share them and get right into the video. So whenever I was in pre-K, I thought I was like a savage because in pre-K you have to sleep. Most of you guys know that. But anyways, so you get this like piece of candy or something really small whenever if you sleep the full time, like if you do what you're supposed to and sleep. But I thought I was a savage and I faked going to sleep, watch what the teachers were doing, and they were talking some serious grown-up stuff like bills and, that grown-up stuff, you know what I'm saying? So, like, they were talking about bills and taxes and, yeah. So, whenever I was playing T-ball, we had, like, really light gray pants. And, like, oh, my gosh. You could say water super easily. So, whenever I went up to bat, right? Well, not really bat because it was T-ball. You don't really bat. Anyway, so whenever I went up to bat, I hit it like the savage I am. And, I ran onto the base and I tripped and I got up, and the T-ball goes really slow, so I just sat on the base for a few minutes. I really had to go to the bathroom, and I didn't want to ask the coaches because, like, they were coaching, and I didn't know if I needed to get up if they tagged me out or whatever. And so I kind of just used the bathroom right there. I didn't pull down I peed in my pants, bro. Like, it was so embarrassing. My mom, it was bad. It was bad. But yeah, that was a pretty embarrassing story. So this kind of, I guess you could count as a small little story, but I had this faint memory that, like, all I remember is I was walking in the store and I was, like, looking at some toys, right, with my mom, and, like, she was kind of disappeared. And I was lost, and I thought I was, like, super cool, so I went to walk around by myself like a big boy. And little Swoosh was scared, y'all. Like, I was terrified. But I started crying, kind of. And then my mom, she was, like, just the aisle over. She wasn't far at all. Like, not even the aisle over. She was, like, at the end of the aisle, turning to the next aisle. And I just wasn't really paying attention. So, we're chilling. I'm still alive. I didn't get abused, if you know what I'm saying. So this is the end of the video. I'm sorry that some of you guys, your fan art didn't get featured. I will eventually get all of your guys' fan art. Because in the last video I tried to do that, and it was just a little wonky. And just want to say thanks for _animations official for doing a part of this video. His link will be in the description. And Andy Mason's, he will be in the description. Thank them too for doing a big part in this video. And they did really awesome, and they worked pretty hard on their animations, and I'm super glad that they wanted to collab with me, and that's pretty cool. So hope you enjoyed, and subscribe, because I just realized I hit like 32 or 33, and a tornado just went by my house yesterday, and it ripped up my local store. So it's gonna be fun. Bye. So I forgot to mention K-Animation, if I'm saying that right or if it's spelled right. But anyways, if you want to collab, just comment down below.